Welcome to the battlefield of brains, where strategy meets chaos and every move burns with intensity. Watch grandmasters clash, pieces fall, and legends rise. Yu Ruiyuan begins with e4, thrusting his central pawn like a spear, declaring war from the very first move. Wesley answers with c5, summoning the Sicilian, sharp, counter-attacking, and cold as steel. Yu develops his knight to f3, and c3, guarding the center and hinting he knows every Sicilian trick in the book. Wesley pushes d6, fortifying the center and preparing his dark bishop for battle. Yu plays bb5, an early check, testing Wesley's reflexes and throwing a small tactical jab. Wesley calmly blocks with n7, saying, "No panic," keeping his structure solid and his king safe. Yu strikes with d4, breaking open the center and showing he wants blood early. Wesley trades with cxd4, neutralizing the tension and opening the c-file for later counterplay. Yu's queen captures on d4, showing he's not afraid to bring his lady to the battlefield so soon. Wesley plays s, chasing the bishop and claiming space like a builder marking territory. Yu exchanges with bsd7, snapping the knight and forcing black's bishop to recapture. Wesley takes back with bc7, keeping his pair of bishops alive and balanced. Yu castles king's8, bringing his king to safety and preparing the rooks for the coming storm. Wesley develops r8, eyeing the open c-file like a sniper lining up his scope. Yu continues with nc3, aim muscle to the center and hinting at future f5 pushes. Wesley answers with f5, slicing the board in half, equal parts ambition and aggression. Yu retreats qd3, staying flexible, keeping pressure on the king side and center both. Wesley responds h6, a little pawn lift that gives his bishop air and stops any cheeky eng5 ideas. Yu brings n2, rerouting the knight for a better jump. He's planning a slow and precise dance. Wesley places qec7, connecting the rooks and aligning his eyes on the c-file. Yu sets Ardon, doubling down on central control. Every piece working in perfect harmony. Wesley develops nf6, bringing another fighter into the fray. Ready for middle game action. Yu moves n4, aiming for g3 or e3, a hidden maneuver with quiet menace. Wesley's bishop slides to a7, modest but solid, preparing to castle. Yu plants nay 3. The knight now eyeing d5 and f5, those juicy outposts calling his name. Wesley responds b6. Both sides now staring at each other like duelists waiting for the first shot. Yu develops bd2, quietly connecting his rooks, no flash. Just discipline. Wesley castles kingside, finally tucking the king behind a wall of pawns. Yu plays Racone, Mulinissimo. Both rooks lined up, one push away from chaos. Wesley fires back with b5. A classic Sicilian thrust, counterplay born from darkness. Yu reacts with nct5, leaping into the enemy lines like a knight charging headlong into glory. Wesley chops it with ng5, eliminating the intruder before it becomes a nightmare. Yu recaptures with nxd5, Hexin. The white knight still controlling the field, determined and fierce. Wesley hits back with bxd5, coolly simplifying, trading fire for calm. Yu's queen slides to d5, standing tall in the center, threatening everything in sight. Deal. Wesley answers qc4, looking for trades, simplifying while sharpening the edges. Yu calmly exchanges with b3, a positional move that also challenges the black queen's aim. Iyong. Wesley takes the bait. Qxd5, clearing queens and inviting an endgame showdown. Yu's rook takes back with rxd5, staying active and central. The commander of open lines. Wesley brings qc4. Sorry, correction. Wait, it's now rebate. Aligning his heavy artillery on the b-file. Yu plays Kiri, Ennesun, Alrotlnepes, reinforcing his pawn wall. A fortress, forming in the center. Heltheoreoris, Alban. Wesley goes f5. Launching his flank pawn, here comes the kingside fire. Yu brings Kaone, P6 for Wika. The king stepping closer to the heart of the board, preparing for endgame command. Wesley marches, g6. Building a pawn chain ready to storm forward. Yu's king continues with Ketu. Oistes and hey, would all make sure than transit. No fear. Just pure leadership energy in motion. Wesley plays 5. A power move. His pawns are rolling. Energy surging across the board. Yu calmly goes kd3. Marching his monarch into the center like a general surveying the battlefield. Wesley mirrors with kf7. Padul might see will minus Chiwarian, and then let me change topic to main. Both kings now gearing up for hand-to-hand combat. Yu steps kd4 again. No hesitation. This king is fearless and deep in enemy territory. Wesley plays k6. Meeting the challenge, it's now pure calculation and willpower. Yu plans Raune, piliin, sikten. Switching wings, an unexpected pivot to create counterplay. Wesley drops rebates. reinforcing b5, and preparing for expansion. Yu Ruiyuan, Yu pushes b4. A bold thrust. His pawns start their advance. Wesley replies, rb8, doubling rooks with machine-like precision. Ilalim. Yu develops bd2 in this scene, connecting everything and shielding his pawns. Wesley answers, rc4. Infiltrating, black rooks begin their hunt. Yu goes a4. Striking the queen side, he's not backing down. Wesley sacrifices with rxc4, slicing through the defense and igniting chaos. Yu recaptures cs6 in a stick town, a thunderbolt check. What a shot! Wesley responds bcds6. Cool as ice under fire. Yu Ruiyuan, Yu pushes f4, opening the f-file and exposing lines toward both kings. Wesley calmly plays rc4, setting traps for later tactics. Yu captures x5, his a-pawn finally bursting free. Wesley counters with xb5. Symmetry restored, but tension higher than ever. Yu plays x5, enormous 6 exploding the king's side and luring the king out. Wesley answers gsf5. No fear. Doubling pawns but opening pathways for victory. Yu places ra6, activating the rook like a predator, circling its prey. Wesley slides r8, tightening control, keeping white's rook in check. Yu continues b3, reorganizing, his bishop ready for one last stand. Wesley answers kd5. The black king storms into the heart of battle. Yu pushes g3, creating breathing space, but also hinting at counterplay. Wesley fires e4 and a forcing reactions. Each move now burns with intensity. Yu sidesteps kd2 to Ruiyuan, dodging the spear but staying close to the flames. Wesley plays b5, centralizing the bishop and cutting white's hopes. Yu counters with bc5, setting up pins and tension across the board. Wesley's king goes kc4, creeping closer to deliver the final blow. Yu moves e6, harassing pawns and trying to stir up counter chances. Wesley places od8, a tactical sting, weight correction. It's rd8 defense against arg6 pressure. Yu blocks with k2, keeping coordination under stress. Wesley captures bxc3, slicing through white's queenside defenses like butter. Yu's rook takes rxh5, grabbing pawns in desperation, still fighting. Wesley pushes rd2, bringing check and domination. Yu blocks with key 3. The king dodging bullets but getting cornered. Wesley retreats, rd5. Tightening the noose. Controlling the 5th rank. Yu steps Ketu, trying to slip out from the cage. Wesley checks again with rd2 relentless pressure. Yu repeats K3, trapped in a deadly dance of survival. Wesley goes rd3q. Another check, every move. A knife to the throat. Yu returns Ketu, piliin. But his options are running thin. Wesley's rook jumps, rf3. A silent assassin, preparing the final tactic. Yu brings rg5. Hoping for some counter magic on the king's side. Wesley replies bxb4. Cleaning up pawns and widening his advantage. Yu's bishop trades, bxbsb4. The board emptying like the calm before the storm. Wesley's king marches kxb4. Reclaiming balance and dominance. Yu pushes c4, trying one last gasp of life on the king's side. Wesley counters kc5. The king stepping up like a dark conqueror. Yu follows gsf5, creating open lanes and tiny flickers of hope. Wesley recaptures b4, then iyong, mercilessly simplifying gut. Yu keeps pushing kc4, stepping his king into chaos. Wesley captures 5, keeping control of both wings. Yu advances b4. Desperate measures in a collapsing fortress. Wesley checks kc4e, forcing more weaknesses. Yu blocks f6. Sorry, correction, it's f6 to create pressure. Not check. Wesley calmly plays kc3, weaving his net tighter. Yu defends e4, guarding but barely breathing. Wesley captures rxf6, scooping up material, material. Yu strikes back rx4, a sharp check. Still, fighting tooth and nail. Wesley answers kc3. King cool and steady. Yu lines up, re8, looking for perpetuals that don't exist. Wesley plays rh6, preparing the hammer blow. Yu steps r8. Maybe a last trick? Wesley dodges kb2 okun. Precise and deadly. Yu continues kd3, holding on by threads. Wesley replies orchfiki, and there's someone, picking pawns with surgical precision. Yu plays kd4, one square away from collapse. Wesley finishes with kc2. The black pawn's unstoppable. Yu Ruiyuan resigns. As Wesley so claims another clinical victory in pure endgame style. I'll end the video here. Please, give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll keep finding the best and newest videos to share with you. Thank you so much. And I wish you all happiness and good health.